By the way, I'm thinking of going to Halloween Horror Night. Like on a Wednesday or Thursday or something, you know? You in?
I do love Halloween Horror Nights, but I don't know the theme. You know the theme?
Oh, it's everything. Yeah, they got Beetlejuice. They got, what do they call it?
Oh, The Haunting of Hill House?
Chainsaw Man. I've never seen any of those movies, but scary.
Haunting of Hill House. Really
You in?
good
Let's
show.
go. Ride the Velocicoaster again? Or for the first one?
No, we don't. No, we're not doing roller
Roller
coasters.
coaster? You like the scary stuff, though,
No.
right? Okay.
Yes. No roller coasters.
Well, let's wrap this thing up and head on out. Hey, welcome to the Closing Beat, everybody. Happy Monday. How you doing out there? Welcome to the Closing Beat. It's a financial stock market update show that we do every day for you guys as well as our clients. Like to keep you updated. We're one of the only advisors. But number one, we like to help you keep your dough straight with anything, right? Anything that comes up, we like to help you. We obviously manage our own long-term investments and everything. And we're focused on data as well. So if I'm going to educate or help you strategize or criticize for your spending, I want there to be some kind of data behind it, not just because I felt like being Dave Ramsey for the day and telling you what I think you should do. I want it to be based on you. So hope you'll check us out, jazzwealth.com. If you see the wait list up there, you just go ahead and join if you want to join us. And we're getting those wait list invites out to you, so it shouldn't be too long there. Also, one of the things that we do every week, we do a class for clients called Wine and Wealth, just kind of a fun little hangout class for clients where we talk about something interesting, something I can't do publicly or something that's more specific to what's going on here with clients and stuff. And last week we talked about the tax laws potentially changing and showing you how the wealthy are going to take advantage of that and how we are kind of already positioned for that, so we're able to help clients do the same exact thing. Also, our Notes from Jazz, here's what it looks like if you're curious. I don't know, I don't mean to promote this too much, but Notes from Jazz, every week I do an email, send it out to clients, just kind of letting you know what's happened with the markets, what we talked about, things you may have missed. Wine and Wealth classes in there as well, just things you can check out if you're interested. It's a way to give you a summary if you were busy, because I know a lot of people get busy. You can't just sit here watching old Dustin every day, and I get that, you know. But for the rest of you, we're going to talk about the stock market here today because that's what we do. Boy, Friday, by the way, we don't do shows on Fridays for the moment. 194,000 jobs versus like the 500,000 we were supposed to add. That is horrible. I was surprised the stock market didn't sell off even more there. Very, very weak numbers there. Not a good sign. And I even saw the morning CNBC clip where the guy didn't know what to say. Steve Leisman, he was like, that's really bad. And he paused, and he's usually not short for words. So really interesting there. Now, what I'm going to do here in a little bit, we'll go through the sector breakdown when we get there, and I'm going to actually go through and show you the instability going on in the stock market right now. As far as the stock market goes, had a little bit of a down day today, and it was kind of interesting because overnight we were down. You wake up this morning, we're back up. Then the afternoon, we're back down again. So you can really feel that uncertainty with the markets just trying to reprice, redigest things that are going on, from the jobs numbers to upcoming earnings season to what's happening in Washington right now. Inflation, the interest rates are falling apart here. Not falling, the prices are falling apart. And so you've got that, you know, understandably, that's kind of what's going on. We look at here. I'll start with the NASDAQ. You got the NASDAQ selling off a little bit weaker than the rest of the markets there, clearly in a downtrend now. You got a series of lower highs, lower lows. That creates a downtrend there. If you're looking inside, if you're looking for any kind of excitement, you're going to find that in semiconductors. Little bounce. Nothing too crazy, just a little bounce there. There's AMAT, Lam Research, Vertex. Well, that's pharmaceutical. And some of the Chinese names as well. Where'd they go? Baidu recovering just a little bit, ever so slight gain here on the day today. And then I'll point out Tesla. Tesla's in a great, calm, stable uptrend. This is what you want. If you're a Tesla investor, this is garbage, right? It's exciting, but it's short term. It's short-lived. You want this nice and steady uptrend. Washington leaving out Tesla in their latest expansion here with this Green Deal or whatever it's called. Leaving them out, putting the money towards Ford and General Motors and stuff, and Tesla's like, whatever. We're just going to move to Texas and do our own thing over there. So that's the NASDAQ today. A little bit weaker, not too much of a problem there. I want to point out the Russell. Because the Russell, this is that moment in time. Russell's running out of time, I should say, to choose between higher or lower. Investors are going to make up their mind for the Russell here in just a moment. You've got a series of higher lows and lower highs. So I plotted that for you, and you can see as soon as we go above or below one of those lines, you will get a big volume, a big range day, I should say. And I'll follow it every day for you just so you can see how the markets like to behave. If you go over to the S&P here, if you're looking, it's going to be a lot of the biotech, some COVID reopening stocks like Wynn, right? It's coming off of lows there. I'll cover that here in just a second. And energy. One thing that is not uncertain, as certain as they would say in billions, huh? Shout out to Billions real quick. I watched an episode, just playing a little catch up this weekend. Just letting you know. I don't know where. Don't tell me. Cody watches all of them. I'm playing catch up. I'm on like the end of season or the beginning of season 3. Season 3, and there's 6.
I think there's 6. Yeah, I don't remember the amount of seasons.
Okay.
But you're farther along than I thought.
Okay, I got a ways to go. I would like to continue watching. But anyways, where I was going with that is one thing that is not uncertain. Like they say in that show, we are not uncertain when they're sure. One thing that's not uncertain here is oil. There's just nowhere else for it to go but up. It may take little breaks along the way, but we're over $80 a barrel there. If you look at the price of oil, oil's up over 80 for the first time in 7 years. You got to go back to 2014 to find oil prices this high, and there's no reason they're going to fall. There's absolutely no reason. OPEC says we're not interested in increasing production right now. They want to make some money, and who could blame them? You'd do the same thing if it was you. You've got companies here in the States that don't make any profit unless it's over $70 a barrel. Some don't make any profit if it's over 40. They were a little more efficient. And you have nothing from Washington that says we want lower prices of oil. They don't care. They need prices of oil to be higher in order for you to start thinking about all this spending they're going to do on electric vehicles. They want you to go that direction. And, agree or disagree, that's great positioning on their part. I'll give them that. So anyways, that's what's going on there. Energy stocks in the S&P today are going to be really strong. We'll cover a few of those here in a little bit. Honorable mention, Lowe's gets a top pick from Morgan Stanley, I believe it was. $240 was their price target. They've got it going to highs. I just thought it was interesting because notice it hasn't pulled back at all. Look for these stocks right now. If you think the stock market is temporarily weak and there will be a sort of dip buying mentality, you go look for stocks that have not fallen. That's one area. The other area would be stocks that have fallen too much. We'll cover a few here in just a second for you. And then if you look at the Dow, we're going to go over here. This is the Dow right here. Stuck under the 50-day moving average. We covered that in our notes from Jazz here this weekend for the S&P, but the Dow is in the same exact position. Again, there's no real stability, which I'll cover in just a second. But before I cover that, we have a very special winner here tonight, right? Or today on Guess the Dow, right?
I mean, you did the complete opposite we talked about before the show.
Oh, you didn't put it up there?
No, but that's okay. We're going to move on to the leaderboard today. Real quick, our top 5, we got Jazz, Victor, James, Ma, and Joy. You got to open your listening ears a little bit. I mean, I couldn't have been more
I thought it was the other thing. We didn't have the balloons?
No. I just messed it up.
Oh, okay. Well, I like that first name, by the way. Jazz?
Yeah, that's pretty good. The last thing I had real quick, from Wine and Wealth last week, for some people they couldn't load that. That's been fixed, so you should be able to now watch Wine and Wealth from last week.
What? But who won, right? Mike won.
Yeah.
Are we going to tell him he won, man?
Yeah, well, no, he didn't win.
He didn't win.
No, but...
Oh, man.
It got messed up. So we'll announce the winner tomorrow.
So it's your fault.
Some are saying it's my fault.
Some might agree it's your fault. Oh, man. I was excited. I thought Mike won.
Yeah. Wait.
Let him win. Let him win.
You got the email.
Yeah. Send him the gift. Well, I'm sorry, Mike. I thought you won there. That was my fault. I thought you said you didn't do the balloons thing. I thought Mike still won. But, oh, man. All right. I thought one of our clients won there. Mike, you won, man. We're just going to say Mike won, too. We had 2 winners this week in Guess the Dow. We'll talk about that tomorrow, of course. All right, not related to Guess the Dow at all. We're officially in the 4th quarter. No surprise, right? So we're in the 4th quarter, and a lot of times in the 4th quarter, people like to look at the top performers and the worst performers to try to decide like what you're going to start working out of the portfolios. Fund managers like to take a look. It's their chance to, well, they would have done this already, but going into the 4th quarter, they start trimming out those weaker stocks, putting in some of the stronger ones. the bottom line is they don't want to show you a statement with a bunch of losers if they can. So going into the fourth quarter, just from my background, little history here, fund managers will take those out. They'll then put them into the stronger stocks and essentially just hope that that makes up the difference if they're underperforming. And so I thought we'd take a look at the list here with you guys. Here are the top performers year to date so far in the S&P 500. Here we go. In fourth place, by the way, is my top pick for the year. I did a video, December or January 1st last year saying Diamondback Energy. If I had to pick one name, that would be the one that I would pick. We happen to own it, so I'm happy to see it's on the top here. But you've got 5 names that are up over 100% on the year. And you'll notice energy plays a pretty dominant role in this list. I put the sectors there for you so you could see how strong energy really is. 5 names over 100%, and of course, energy going to be pretty much all of them there. Thanks to COVID, you got Moderna up here in the top there, all Nancy Pelosi's buying and the rest of those Congress members there. Puts it up about 200% on the year. What's interesting, it's worth $123 billion. Do you know that Moderna at the beginning of the year was only worth $41 billion? Not to say that's chump change, but from 40 to 123 in 1 year, well, that take a pandemic to make that happen, and that's exactly what did happen there. Also, it's one of the only names with a market cap of over 100 billion. ConocoPhillips hit that on Friday, did get up to 100 billion. It was at like 97 or something like that on Thursday. So that's the only other one on the list that looks like that. I do want to point out you got 2 financials in here somewhere, SVB Bank and Capital One down here at the bottom. Now, what's interesting about them, if you look at like Capital One, so a lot of the gains for Capital One happened early in the year. It's been pretty quiet if you're looking through the later part of this year here so far. So that's something to keep in mind. And SVB Bank just took off with the most recent rally in financials there. Otherwise, it did also see a lot of its gains early in the year, then sideways. Kind of looks like the Russell if you're looking for that. So that one's waking up, one is completely sideways there. If we look at the, here's the worst. So take the opposite side of the list there. Las Vegas Sands takes last place. Thankfully, it's not down 100%. That would be trouble. But Las Vegas Sands down 35%. You're going to find Wynn on the list as well, down 23% there. If you like beaten down stocks, obviously Las Vegas Sands is the most beaten down out of the group there. A couple other names, Market Access, good stock overall, kind of a very on its own, kind of an island stock there. Down 28%, so a little bit of a discount there. Both Las Vegas Sands and Wynn, by the way, are very close to lows. Now, Wynn already popped today, right? So that's coming off lows, trying to show you maybe there's some buying going on there. But if you look at Las Vegas Sands, very close to lows there. So a couple bad days could put it down to new lows. Just want to point that out. Over half have fallen at least 20%. So you can see over here on the right-hand side, quite a bit of them down in bear market territory, if that's something you're looking for. QCOM is the largest stock, 100-something billion, $142 billion, down 16% on the year. And I put the 1-month performance just so you could see which ones are pulling back more recently as well. It's the same on this as well. So Moderna's fallen about 30% in the last month. You could just kind of see which ones are strong and staying strong. That's energy, right? Notice a lot of the energy names there. It's the same on the downside there. You got a stock down 16% like Take-Two, but it's the strongest over the last month trying to recover. This stock like Take-Two, Activision, what was the other one there? Clorox, there it is. So these stocks got pretty significant bounces on the whole pandemic thing. Remember when Bleach ran out and all that stuff? Everybody's going to go home and play games, and that was the whole mentality there. But since then, they've basically lost all of that and then some. So that gives you an idea of some of the names to look at and a little bit of a breakdown as to how things are going. Penn National's on there. You got some tech stocks as well. Citrix has pulled back. Global Payments also down 26%. So just a couple things I thought I'd share with you to get things going. How do you like it? Let's look at the sector breakdown here. I already mentioned oil. So oil in general giving a little bit of a rally on the day. New highs since 2014 there. Bonds, I think the bond market was closed today, but look at that, man. Yields sitting at highs, man. In the electronic session, they poked to new lows here today. That hurts names or sectors like utilities. Of course, utilities a little bit lower in anticipation of bonds prices falling even more. If you look at basic materials, Actually, it gave back most of the gains on the day. So a lot of the basic materials stocks have raised prices. That's good for stocks. Typically, those stocks do see a little bit of a bounce when they're able to raise prices. They are raising prices, and they can raise prices. So just to give you an idea how that works. Now, one thing I want to do, I'm going to go through the list here. You tell me when you see something that looks stable, right? Here's oil, or the USO. I don't like this ETF, but it shows the price of oil moving. This is a very dirty, kind of a shady ETF in my opinion. Oil service stocks, doesn't look great, but moving in the right direction. You got real estate. Does that look stable? That looks like it's trending lower. Basic materials, that doesn't look stable. Well, it looks like a lot of back and forth to me. Consumer staples, nope, doesn't look good there. Gold, does gold even look stable? No, nope, sure doesn't. Home builders, no, they're pulling back. That's a little bit weird there. Silver, nope, silver's near lows. You got oil explorers, good, strong there. I'll give that stability. That looks pretty good there. Tech stocks, no, that doesn't look stable either. Healthcare, it's oversold. It's one of the more oversold sectors in the market right now, but nothing stable about that. Industrials, nope, not trending higher. Transports, nothing. Utilities, we already talked about. Regional banks, maybe, kind of waking up there. Communication services, no, nothing. Retail, breaking down. The point being, where do you see a recipe for the stock market that can go back to highs? I'm not saying it pulls back. It could go sideways just like the Russell's done for the latter part of the whole year here. But there's no real stability in the 11 sectors that make up the S&P 500 to say we have banks, we have tech, we have communication services. They're all helping. They're pushing the market higher. We don't even have the strength of the 5 big stocks, the FANG stocks that are out there, plus like NVIDIA and Microsoft. There's no help. So you got to question that if you're thinking this is the time to invest large sums of money in the stock market. I think I'll go ahead and do that. That's a tough one, right? Tough argument to make. Now that could change. We've got earnings season starting here in just a couple days. That'll start with the banks, of course. And with that, you've got 40 new highs and 6 new lows on the day. The new highs, it's going to be a lot of energy names. That's the exciting sector right now. If you stop listening right now, please don't. You know that energy is where all the action's at. It's overbought, but that's where all the action's at. Look, you got Hess hitting new highs as well. Apache, very strong, now extended as all get out, but that's where it stands. You got First Republic Bank breaking out, maybe a little bit of you can see the consolidation there. You got a breakout that's trying to follow through, needs sector help there. There's going to be a lot of financial stocks. Fifth Third Bank sitting at highs here, just ever so slightly touching new highs. You hope it pulls back. It'd be a great pullback stock if you get it. So far, nothing there. Ameriprise, I could point out a whole list of stocks that are either right at highs or about to break out that are in the financial space. And a new low that's just fallen apart, Verizon. There's an incredible amount of bearish pressure in the options market on Verizon right now, which partly caused the 2% decline today, which you know is a above average move, to say the least, for Verizon there. All right, what do we got there? McDonald's releasing NFTs, Andrew? That's crazy, man. And Andre says, turnaround Tuesday, man. Let's do it. You ready for some turnaround Tuesday? Well, you know how the stats go on that one. We would expect to see that. Although after hours, the market continued to sell off. So we'll see what happens. All right, Southwest Airlines down 4% on the day. Not good, man. Canceling tons of flights there. I believe there are over 2,000 flights now canceled because of staff shortages and ATC problems, as well as the weather. And we have a lot of clients that work for Southwest, American, Delta, got a couple JetBlue pilots that I know of. And they're losing people left and right. People that don't want to get the vaccine, or they feel like they're overworked, right? The Southwest Airlines actually gets a warning from their union saying, you're overworking these people here. So that's a tough day for Southwest Airlines there. It looks like American Airlines is next, by the way, as far as the staff shortages and things. So careful. If you've got some flights planned, you may allow for extra time. And people are trying to reschedule their flights and everything, finding that customer service is like 3 hours on hold because there's just not a lot of people there. Merck in the news here. They're trying to get emergency use authorization for their antiviral COVID-19 pill. So we'll see what happens. The news came out on that. They've applied for it here today. I think a pill would be exciting for some. I don't know. I think some people are scared of needles, so you could take the pill. All right, Tesla in the news. Elon Musk says the Berlin factory should be starting as soon as November. So Good for them. They just move so fast over there, man. That's crazy. Great TV. So it's like a traditional broadcaster there. Barron says that the death of TV is overstated, and these guys are going to be just fine there. The stock is cheap, and they say it is a buy. I don't know enough about that one other than what they do. Quest Diagnostics, one of their divisions saw a hack. Which one was it? ReproSource lost some of their data there. They're not sure where it went to, so stock a little bit lower on the day. And if you haven't yet, Squid Games. You see that? You seen Squid Games, Cody?
No.
No?
Oh, I've heard of it, but I've never
It's
seen
pretty bad, but in a good way. You know, has anybody seen Squid Games, man? While I'm saying that, Walmart partner with Netflix to start selling Squid Games stuff. You just know there's going to be the Halloween masks with the triangles and squares on them and stuff. I watched the first episode and I watched the last episode. I got the gist of it, and it was okay. I would be I'm happy that I didn't watch the whole thing. Nonetheless, if you want to buy some of that garbage, you can go to Walmart, and chances are you could dress up as one of the I don't even know what they call those people, the people in the masks and everything. I'm sure they're going to have tons of masks. You just know it. And lastly, welcome Kathy Wood, our new neighbor. Isn't that weird? Like, you see her on TV. I have no idea how she got herself to be so public there. I'd like to ask her. But she's our new neighbor. So, you're welcome to come on the show. Come hang out with us. Come have a drink in Wine and Wealth. Help out our clients a little bit. Talk about what you're doing. But Kathy Wood and the whole team has officially moved down here. And we welcome you. I hope you enjoy it down here. Taxes are a little bit better. The weather's a little bit better, and I understand why you made the move. Anyways. Love to see Squid. No, that's not what the show's about exactly. Yeah. You think Vertex has the pill as well? They're way behind, though, right? I typed it wrong. There we go. I think they're way behind still. That'd be good news, though, you know? Yeah. Why Wednesday and Thursday this week are so important. CPA number, beginning of the earnings season. Well, earnings season is going to be the main focus. Right? So if you're looking for market volatility, you're thinking later in the week here, JP Morgan kicks things off. All the big banks really get things going there. And then Goldman Sachs in the next week and the rest of them. But it's going to be a pretty exciting week, and of course we'll cover it there. We do need a piggy bank in the studio, man. I like that idea. Yeah. Looking at Ampy, huh? So yeah, they've got you know that's not shocking news that they have some issues there. Think about what happened here. You had a big range of excitement, lots of buyers, millions in this case, breaking a new highs, lots of people chasing the stock. It falls apart. Everybody in here is underwater. So when it does rally back, think of as you get up in here, people are starting to have break-evens and smaller losses and things. As you get back up into here, do you think it builds momentum and goes back to highs after what just happened? Or do you think people say, I'm just happy to be out, I'll take my little loss, my little profit, whatever happened, thank goodness, bullet dodged, margin calls dodged, all that stuff. I don't think that that's going to happen. So I don't see a whole lot happening with them there. Yeah. Lucid's playing pretty good catch up there. I'll give you that. Yeah. I think I saw one over the weekend. I saw a car drive by and I thought it was a Lucid, but it didn't make sense. It shouldn't be one. But it was an electric car, and it was sort of stretched out like that. Kind of looked like the old Lincolns. I tried to get behind it. I couldn't see what it was. Yeah. You think the pills will be more influential over the long run, especially if they're addictive, right? That's a bad joke. I wouldn't say that one there. I think JP Morgan came out today and said he thinks that crypto is worthless again, compared it to smoking cigarettes. Not good for you, but people do it. Yeah, there you go. I love it. Well, I will wrap it up there and wish you guys a good rest of your day. I'm just making sure I got everything here as we go into the week here. You do have some Fed members speaking, so be ready for that. And earnings season. earnings season, man. Volatility for earnings season. Sectors are all over the place as far as that, how they normally perform. But I wish you a good rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back to tomorrow to do it all over again. And yeah, thanks for watching.